Hi, welcome to the Kappa Childbirth Educator course overview. Many students have a lot of questions when they first register. And to just make it simple, we have created this recording to explain how the course will work. Please keep this link carefully so that you can refer to it even as you are doing the course, as you will be able to keep cross-checking your information. So let me begin by welcoming you to Kappa. Thank you very much for registering for a course. Congratulations and welcome to Kappa, which is the world's largest birth professionals training organization. The first thing is your course material. It is going to be dispatched to the address that you have shared on your registration form via courier. The fee receipt that you have already made the payment of, the hard copy will also be shared with you via the same courier. Please note, for any assistance related to Kappa courses, you can reach me on kappaindia@gmail.com or sonali@kappaindia.com. I am the executive director and I handle all the matters related to Kappa in India. All students are going to have a mentor assigned to them. The mentor is someone who is going to help you with course related information. So if you are having any issues, any concerns, if you are stuck on certain elements, then this is the person whom you can reach out to. Please note, your mentor does not give you answers to your questions or tell you where to find the answers, but they can guide you on how to find the answers, right? Please remember, your mentors are also working professionals. They are senior Kappa members who are also taking their own classes, who are doing the trainings, and of course, they have a family life. And therefore, we request that all course related queries should be sent via email only. This will allow your mentor to respond at comfort timing as well as completely. Many times we get a random call or a message from a student and we don't even have to, we don't even know which course you're registered in, which pathway you are working towards. Are you an accelerated student or a traditional program student? So it gets very complicated for us to respond and it gets very overwhelming to respond on a random phone call coming in at a random hour or even a random message. Even answering multiple WhatsApp messages can get very overwhelming. We understand that you are very eager to finish your work and you want your answers promptly. Please note, we do respond promptly via email also. If you still wish to speak over the phone, we are absolutely open to it, but we would like you to book a call, right? So send us an email requesting a time and we will be able to share, the mentor will share the available time slot with you. Please avoid random calls. We would also request that all the communication and content that we are sharing with you, please read it, as all the information actually has been provided. I have many times students who have called in and they haven't even opened the courier material that I have sent. They have not read my welcome email. So we have you in a professional course. Please do make sure that you read all the communication and content very closely. The first step that you are going to be doing is choosing your books, right? Now for this, you are going to open the book which is titled The Certification Packet and refer to the page which is titled The Reading List. There is a whole list of books provided there. Now you obviously have to select the books as per your preference. So the first thing you're going to look at is which pathway are you in? Are you doing the regular course or are you doing the accelerated course? Check your requirements. Do you need to read 5 books, 7 books, 3 books? This is going to come from your requirements section. right? After that, you are going to make sure that you choose a variety of topics. So for example, if you are going to select one book on pregnancy, choose the other book on birth, pick up another book on nutrition during pregnancy. So you get a wide variety of topics to read on, right? The third thing that you're going to check on is the availability. Sometimes books may not be available. So if you have chosen a particular book, but it is not available, it cannot be helped. The next thing you check on is the pricing. Now, books can be expensive. So you might want to check what the pricing is. So if two books have similar content, similar topics, and one suits your budget better, you might want to take that. You might also want to see if a second-hand option is available. So if you have contact with somebody living in the US, etc., you could probably get the books from there in the second-hand version also. If you were to go onto the kappa.net, which is our international website, you can also access the member directory. If you like, you can contact members in your city and see if they are willing to sell their old books or share their books with you. And then, of course, the costing will also depend on whether it's a print version or a Kindle version. You can choose to send your reading list, your shortlisted reading list, to the mentor for checking. Please understand, the concept of making you review the books and doing this exercise is also a learning experience. We want you to be able to search effectively. Books can be ordered on Amazon. They're very easily available. Step 1. Once you have your books handy, please answer all questions which are titled Pre-Workshop Study Guide. These can be located in the book called the Certification Packet. Submit the answers via email to your mentor. Now, many times students ask me, how long should the answers be, or how short should the answers be? The answers should be to the point. As long as you are able to convey the answer correctly, we don't mind if you give us a one-word answer. That is the important part. The message should come across clearly. Please ensure that you type out the question and then the answer. Do a spelling and grammar check. If we are asking you for 3, try and list the most important 3. Don't try to give me a list of 10, right? So if I'm asking you for 3 signs or 3 symptoms, then you list out 3, right? You are going to send the answers via email. Please allow 15 days for the study guide to be evaluated. Please note, only once your study guide has been approved can you start the training, either live or pre-recorded. So it really depends on the submission of your study guide. If your study guide is not approved, your mentor can ask you to redo it. And then you will have to take the next batch in case you are delayed in sending this across. The second step now after this would be to actually attend the training, right? So training can be live or pre-recorded. We've already discussed this, what the difference is between the two. If you are taking the pre-recorded sessions, the exam link is available at the end of those recording sessions. Please do not attempt the exam portion just yet, right? It is very important. I have had students who've attempted the exam, and because they've not completed the other segments, they have not done well in the exam. For any segments in the pre-recorded version which need grading, please ensure that you allow 7 days for grading, because your mentor has to read the content, think about the comments, corrections if any, so it takes that much time. Your sessions will not move ahead to the next section until and unless the grade is assigned by the mentor. Live training has its own rules. Okay. Once you opt for live training, you will not be able to switch to pre-recorded and vice versa. So if you've decided, once you're comfortable with whatever decision you've made, you will be completing your training in that fashion. Of course, if it's an absolute extreme emergency, we can allow you to switch, but at a nominal fee. In the live training, 80% attendance is compulsory, right? So you cannot miss classes randomly. Pre-informing for absenteeism or sending a leave note within 24 hours via email is mandatory. If you do not inform, then you will be considered that you are not willing to attend the course. There will be assignments also given during the live training. Completing all these assignments on schedule is very important. For all the sessions, we do not share recordings, right? So don't expect that. When you attend a session, you're supposed to make your notes. It is only, the whole idea is that it's live. The trainer is there, you are interacting with the other participants. So we do not share recordings of these sessions. In the event that you have taken a leave of absence within the 20% range, that particular session recording will surely be shared with you. Observations are very important because these give you the practical aspects of your training. So you need to attend live labor and birth preparation class, breastfeeding class, newborn care class, and birth observations. Actual live labor and delivery observations. Live sessions are also considered valid for observations. Make sure that you fill all the forms and follow the instructions mentioned on the forms. So the forms are going to ask you to kind of, detail what you have observed, and additionally also, detail things like body language of the trainer, questions that the students have asked, a brief of what you've observed in the sessions, and etc. So make sure that you read the instructions and then fill the forms. You are also required to submit either a research paper or an essay. Now choose the topic as per your preference and get the same approved from the mentor. The topic has to be from within your curriculum. Research means primary, which means that you are going to select an audience. Say, for example, you say, I'm going to do a research on 50 mothers and I'm going to ask them questions related to their pregnancy health. And basis that, I'm going to, maybe tabulate how exercise helps during pregnancy. So this is a primary paper that you are making. It's your content, it's your questions, you select the subjects and you get the questions answered and tabulate the information. In the event that you decide that you would like to do an essay, then you select a topic and you kind of, say, for example, you say, I'm going to write on epidurals, pros and cons. So you will start with a basic introductory paragraph, you will write your main body, and then you will write your closing statement. Ensure that you make a complete reference list, right? So this is very important that you give a proper bibliography at the end of your essay. Minimum is 1500 words. We've not put an upper limit over here, but of course you cannot give me a whole book. So anywhere between 1500 to 2500 words would probably be considered acceptable. Let's come to your submissions. Please refer to the checklist for your final list of submissions. Once you have completed all the requirements as per the checklist, request for the exam link, right? The exam is an online exam. We will be sharing a link with you along with a username and password, which is exclusive to you. The exam will be available to you to answer at your own pace, right? So you don't have to worry about timing, internet connection, and etc. You are going to be having the exam questions with you where they'll open one by one. Only when you hit on submit will the answer be submitted, and then only the next question will be visible. If you choose to pause and come back to your exam the next day, that is possible. The whole idea behind this exam is that we want you to be able to research and find the answers. So even if you're going to take 1 week to find an answer, we are okay with it, because what we're trying to teach you is how to find the answer. Once the exam has been completed and you have achieved an 85% grade, only then submit all the documents as per the checklist, right? Please note, partial or incomplete submissions will not be considered. So don't send me one essay and then one birth observation and another class observation in different emails at different times. That is not acceptable. We are also not going to be checking partial submissions. So only when your docket is complete, we will check. In case there is anything which we find not up to the mark, we will allow you an opportunity to redo, but it is going to be at the discretion of the examiner. Certification requires at least 6 weeks. So once you've submitted everything, we are going to evaluate all your submissions, and it takes us about 6 weeks. If you need a rush result, that is in 2 weeks, you can pay an additional fee. Membership dues of the organization, if they have not been paid at the time of registration, can be paid prior to certification. Remember that your certificate is valid for 3 years from the date of issue. Post this, you have to apply for recertification. You can refer to the website for more details on recertification. And the process of recertification will also be explained in the course of the workshop. We wish you all the best, and I'm sure you're going to do a great job as you complete your course and then as a trainer. All the best.